Having previously had a crippling personal encounter, I'm on a mission to see if I can add the Arapaima fish to the list of Amazon River monsters with lethal potential. And to do that, I need to catch one of these giants. But before I tackle one in the wild, I need to lay the ghost of that earlier encounter to rest.
Oh, I just shot on a fish.
So I'm helping these guys net a captive Arapaima.
Right, here's the fundora todo canto, né? Eu vou para lá. De costa. This is a bit like a boxing ring. It's about the same size. There's 35 fish in here, nearly as big as I am.
Lá vai o arrastão, mete nessa posição.
Bom. Melhor assim.
Vai levando para lá, vai levando para lá.
Okay. Taking the net up.
It's a simple matter of netting one. But this is exactly what I was doing when I took the full force of an Arapaima headbutt to the chest. And I have been warned that these fish are particularly violent when cornered.
De frente é melhor. Bota o pé direito no chumbo.
I'm walking forward, which means all the vulnerable bits of my body, a boxer would be covering them up.
Tá beleza, tá beleza.
Okay, that's going well.
Vai começar a pular.
Right, they're going to start jumping any minute, he's saying. Any minute they're going to start jumping.
Opa, furou, Zé. Afrouxa, afrouxa.
Okay, we didn't get one. We're going to have to go through the whole thing again.
Knowing what's coming makes the second attempt even more daunting.
I'm afraid. Jeremy is afraid, he's saying. I think that is fairly clear to see. Right, he's saying they might be a bit tired this time, so they might...
There's no doubt that when cornered or trapped by nets, the Arapaima becomes a formidable force of nature. With the help of these Arapaima farmers, I'm finally holding one of these incredible fish in my arms.
Look at that fish.
My fear has been replaced with a new respect.
Vamos levantar, we're going to lift it up.
Maybe I'm now ready to face an Arapaima on my own.
Oh, now we're going to let the head go. Let the head go. This is the... They wanted one to eat, that one was too big. They want to get a smaller one. I think I'm just going to leave them to it.
Okay.
Bon. Never ever seen anything like that before. All those fish absolutely clean out of the water. You know, I think that just has to be, the evidence that I was looking for.
Just imagine the damage a fish could do that had the same solid bone head but was more than twice the weight. But Sue Alegria also insists that they sneak through holes in the nets, displaying a curiously unfish-like cunning. Combine that with their sheer muscular power, and you can easily see how dangerous the Arapaima becomes when cornered. Now I know what I'm dealing with. But to catch one, it's going to be a couple of days by boat to one of the few places where Arapaima fishing is still allowed. After a day's travelling, we stop at a riverside town to spend the night. I'm not suggesting that the Arapaima is responsible for all disappearances on the Amazon. This river has a full complement of killers, as I'm powerfully reminded when asking around for any fishermen's tales. This man lost his wife to a horrifying attack by the South American cousin of the alligator, the caiman. Just yards away, His poor daughter could only helplessly look on.
Aí esse mana fica aqui com a mamãe enquanto eu vou na casa do vaqueiro pedir socorro.
This gentleman's wife went fishing. On her way back, the boat actually sort of went over the top of a caiman. It hit the canoe, tipped her into the water, and then basically grabbed her.
Depois eu gritei, aí ele soltou ela. Aí depois eu atravessei o garapé.
The caiman had actually drawn away a little distance because of the commotion and the shouting, and then her daughter was able to go around the other side and pull her to land. But it just took so long to get help that despite rescuing her mother from the caiman, you know, she died of her wounds later on. It's one thing to hear second-hand stories about people being taken by animals in the water, you know, all very dramatic fishermen's tales, but to actually hear from somebody who actually saw their mother, you know, taken in front of them, just really brings home just what a potentially dangerous place this is, particularly if you're a fisherman. Something I've got to remember is that it's not just dangerous fish that you've got in the water, but there's a whole array of other nasty, dangerous creatures down there.
My mission is to prove whether the Arapaima deserves a place alongside the Amazon's undisputed freshwater killers. And as I go deeper into the heart of the Amazon in search of this fish, I encounter the other creatures that come with this increasingly dangerous territory. Between 1918 and 1924, what was the average annual catch of Arapaima in the Amazon's largest state? Was it A, 7,000 fish, B, 7,000 pounds, or C, 7,000 tons?